Today I'm going to go over my thoughts on the Nikon 50mm f1.8 S lens for the Z series cameras. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. A while ago I did an unboxing video for this lens. I said I was going to do a more in-depth review for the longer I owned it. So 6 months later, here we are. So for starters, this lens is built fantastic. The focus ring is super smooth. It's a really basic lens, very minimalistic design. All it has on it is a one switch to switch from autofocus to manual focus, and then just one big focus ring. And for the most part, it's pretty compact too. Doesn't take up too much space in your bag. So my original reason for buying this lens is to take portrait pictures of my son. I just wanted to add it to my kit to have a fast prime lens, and I chose the 50mm just because that's in between the 35mm and the 85mm. I think the 85mm just would have been too compressed for me, and then I probably would have liked the 35mm a little more, but for the price difference, this is about $300 cheaper, so I went with this one. But on that note, I have found I use it for quite a bit more than just photos of portraits of my son. But as far as portraits go, it's been great for what I need it for. I've gotten some really great pictures of him and also my dogs. I'm sure there's much better lenses out there for portraits. I don't do it enough to investigate and pay for much of a better one. So this one really suits my needs pretty well. But with that wide f1.8 aperture, the bokeh coming out of this lens is really great. Once you lock in focus on your subject, that background blur is very nice. And I've also found it to be a really cool lens. I do a lot of landscape photography and nature photography, and when you think of that, it's more of a, your go-to lens is going to be more of a wide angle. But I have gotten some pretty unique shots with this one, just mixing it up with my landscape photos. And another thing is, when you think of Milky Way photos, you think of a fast wide angle lens. So I mainly use my 14-24 f2.8, but I have mixed it up. A few weeks ago I put this on one of my bodies, got this photo here. So it really compresses the scene and puts more emphasis on detail. So I could see me messing around with this during night photography, getting some more unique shots definitely in the future. I found it just to be a really good lens for just around the house. I like to eat and cook. I found it to be a pretty good lens for just food photography, and have been liking the results of that. I cooked this pizza a while back. I think that came out really nice from this lens. It almost looks like you can grab it right off the screen and take a bite. Just don't try that. It'd look kind of weird. I've also found it to be a good lens for video. This lens will really kind of bring out the detail and more of a focus on what you're trying to portray to your viewer. So to give you an idea of what it looks like for video, I'm going to switch out this body with the 50mm f1.8. To give you an idea, I'll finish off the review with this. Okay, there you have it. Now we're on the 50mm. You can see with that f1.8 aperture, it definitely blurs the background a little more. And then as you get closer to the camera, it'll even blur it more. And this is why I feel the 35mm would have been a little better for my needs. I have this camera right now like pushed all the way against that wall, and it's still a little too close. So I think the 35mm just a little wider would have been better, but overall this lens works fine. If I had to come up with a complaint for this lens, the way it manually focuses, and I don't know if this is a setting you can change, but in manually focused during video, when I move the focus ring, it doesn't react as quick as I'd like it to. So I don't know if there's like a sensitivity setting in the camera. I need to look into that, or if any of you know, please let me know. If I want to move it around and come in, it just doesn't react quick enough for me. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the 50mm f1.8 S lens and a few sample pictures I've gotten. Let me know if you got any questions. If you got any video suggestions, leave them down in the comments. Please hit thumbs up because it'll really help out the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.